Hi there. I got a list of questions. These are from MrHoffame, and these are from New Wave Girl, and I'm going to be answering both of these in separate videos. So, simply going to start. These are the MrHoffame questions. 5 songs that tell a great story. First up, since I'm not English, my native tongue ain't English, I have quite a difficulty with catching a story. There's stories out there enough, but Big 5 for me was a little hard. So I chose 3. First one is Camouflage by Stan Ridgway. It's on the Big Heat album, and it's a story of an American soldier in Vietnam called Camouflage. It tells his story, the things he sees, the things he does in Vietnam, and why he got the nickname Camouflage. This was actually a pretty, it wasn't a big hit, it was a small hit in Holland, and that's a great track. I just love the song Camouflage. So it's the story of an American soldier in Vietnam. That's my first pick. Second song is of Lee Hazelwood, Cowboy in Sweden album. This is a record made for a TV special in Sweden. There's a track on there called Hey Cowboy, which tells the story of someone going up to a cowboy and buying a horse. It's that simple a story, but the undertone isn't that simple. It's actually a metaphor for someone going up to a drug dealer and scoring some heroin. That's what the story really is about. But I just love the music. Some guys asking someone, "Hey cowboy, where'd you get that horse?" "I bought it from the man," of course. That is just so awesome. It's a great little, question and answer story. So Lee Hazelwood, Hey Cowboy. The last song that I'm picking is from Loudon Wainwright III, who is an awesome singer-songwriter from the 70s. He's still going strong today, so yeah, great guy. This is from the album Attempted Mustache. It's a man who couldn't cry. I could have also picked the swimming song, but that's basically a song where he mentions that he was swimming in the summer, but he also could have drowned, and he did all these swimming moves. It is a story in a sense, but it's not the one I'm picking. I'm picking The Man Who Couldn't Cry. That is about a man who just can't cry, even if the worst things happen to him and everything gets mentioned. His wife leaves him, his dog dies, he loses his arms, he loses his job, he wants to put on a Broadway show and becomes a flop because the critics hate it. He goes to jail, and in jail he sees rain fall. He becomes emotional because the rain is falling, and he starts to cry, and he just can't stop crying, so he dies. He dehydrates and dies, goes up to heaven, and everything that was wrong to him, that happened to him, gets reversed. So he gets his arm back. His dog, he meets him in heaven. His wife dies. His critics take everything back. His boss goes broke. The jail just crumbles to the ground. It's a beautiful story. It's a great song as well. So there you have it, Loudon Wainwright III. Second question: what happens to your collection when you die? If I die between like now and I don't know, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 years, which I don't know will happen. It won't happen. I would probably give every record I have to a good friend of mine, and I just let him decide what he wants to do with it. If it's like takes more than just a couple of years, then it takes, I don't know, hopefully like 30, 40 years, maybe even more. then I'll probably, if I know I'm going to die, I'll probably contact a record store that knows their stuff, that sells to collectors, and I just ask them, you know, what is this worth to you? I'll sell it, and the money, because I have no use to it, because I'm going to die anyway, I'll give that to charity, probably. So, number 3, 5 replacement singers that were good, just as good or better than the original. This is also something I cannot mention 5. That's because I don't really know the backstory of a lot of these bands that I have in my collection. So I'm going to pick one, of which I know. I have both the original singer and the replacement singer. So I'm going to pick one. And also one who wasn't as good as, or even worse than, the original singer. So I'm going to, question 3 and 4, I'm just going to give one answer each. First question 3. In the mid-80s, there was a band called Faith No More. They had a lead singer called Chuck Mosley. Chuck Mosley, you know, he kind of did his thing. They had a small hit, which We Care a Lot. And even the title of this album, Introduce Yourself, that was a pretty fun track. But he wasn't like a great singer. He was probably very animated when he was on stage, but he wasn't a good singer. I don't know the reason why he left. He had to leave. If he left by himself, I don't know. I don't care. But they had to find a new singer once he was gone. And probably one of the guys knew a band called Mr. Bungle. And they asked him, the lead singer of that band, which is Mike Patton, to join the band. And he said, yeah, sure, but I also want to be in Mr. Bungle. So that's basically what happened. They agreed, and he became their lead singer, and he made them the biggest alternative rock band in the early 90s. Yeah, Chuck Mosley, I love the song We Care a Lot. I love that album. But vocally, this guy lifted the band up to a whole new level. The musical style he had with Mr. Bungle, he kind of put that into Faith No More as well, making them a little more difficult instead of just, you know, crossover or I don't know how you call it, rap rock. Anyway, he lifted the band up to a whole new level. A lead singer that I thought was good, who left and was replaced by another singer, wasn't as good. I'm going to go with Wall of Voodoo. Again, Stan Ridgway. Stan Ridgway had a very southern style vocal. I don't know where he was from, probably Texas, I'm not too sure, but his voice worked so well with this band's music. The music was a little dark, it was fueled by country music, it was fueled by new wave, by punk, by electronics. It was a really good band. The sound they had was unique. That came hard by the voice of Stan Ridgway. He left, as I showed you, he went solo, so they had to get a replacement singer. And that became a guy, I don't know the name, but he was part of the band from this album on, and I hold up for this record, this Wall of Voodoo March 2, let's just call it that, for a long, long time. Basically because I knew no one can replace Stan Ridgway. Yeah, no one can. The album ain't that bad actually, but it's not Stan Ridgway. He doesn't have the southern twang in his voice that I just love so much in Wall of Voodoo. So Wall of Voodoo Part 2, not as good as the original Wall of Voodoo. The last music item, which isn't a record, a CD, a cassette, 8-track, whatever, that you bought. I don't know if this counts. It's a VHS tape of Lou Reed live in New Jersey. It's, like I said, it's a live concert on VHS. But if that doesn't count, I got my torn ticket from last Wednesday when I saw the Swans perform live in Utrecht, Holland. I didn't know they were the innovators of what was it? Drone metal. They are indeed drone metal. They're not on record, but live they are. It was a really good concert, a little loud though. Question number 6. 5 bands that represent the destruction of the music industry today. I'm so sorry, I'm not going to answer this. Not because I am afraid to answer it, I just don't think that even the Justin Biebers, the Lady Gagas, the Nickelbacks of this world can destroy rock and roll. Rock and roll is indestructible. The good music will prevail. People will pick it up. Some young kid who's just bought a guitar in his sound checking in his garage, he will discover the good music. He will become a good musician. So, no destruction of rock and roll, no destruction of the music industry. So I won't mention 5 bands. I know a lot of you guys have been dropping names, and I agree they're not that good at all. But they won't destroy rock and roll. They won't. And the next, I'm gonna cheat again. 15th album in my B section or my original soundtrack section. I don't have a B section. I do have a soundtrack section, but I already showed my 15th album. So I thought, pick the number 50. I already showed that as well in an update. So I'm gonna go for the second box of my soundtrack collection, which I haven't shown, and I picked number 15 of that. And that is the Born Losers soundtrack. It's a biker movie from 1967. Music is by Mike Kerr, and it's just a really good, solid biker soundtrack. So there you have it. Those are my answers, and I hope you agree with them. And if not, I'm sorry. So bye.